In this video, I'll share the causes of suffering that an unaware mind creates and how it actually creates it. Also, what's the way out of this mind created suffering that almost all humans face? I'll use the work of Eckhart Tolle to help you understand my point of view and how you too can liberate yourself from all suffering. So, the first quote is the questioner asks, it seems almost impossible to disidentify from the mind. We are all immersed in it. How do you teach a fish to fly? Tola answers, here is the key. End the delusion of time. Time and mind are inseparable. Remove time from the mind and it stops, unless you choose to use it. So, what is time? It can be a burden, and it is also used in our practical purposes to just get things done. So how do we draw a line between to achieve our goals, the worldly goals that we have, the material goals, and as well as get the peace of mind that we long for? To have both, we need to understand two aspects of time. The first one is clock time and the second is psychological time. Eckhart Tolle writes, clock time is not just useful but necessary. It is the practical aspect of time that we use for scheduling appointments, learning from the past, setting goals, and so on. Psychological time, on the other hand, is the continuous compulsive reoccupation with the past and the future and the unwillingness to be present. It is the source of suffering. So, when we use the past just for meeting goals, meeting deadlines, and making sure that things are getting done in our life situation around us, that is when we are using clock time. But when we dwell on the past, that causes worry, that causes unnecessary guilt, shame, or some negative emotion, that is when the psychological time has overpowered us. So, making this distinction is quite vital when you are using the time and when the time is using you, when the mind is using you. So, you need to understand that all forms of worry and all forms of memory is just psychological time. It is not helping you in any way. Only when you are using time in some productive purpose and you are using time when it is helping you achieve something in the realm of life situation, that's when you are using time well. He writes, to be free of time is to be free of the psychological need of past for your identity and future for your fulfillment. So there is no need of psychological time actually. In reality, you don't need psychological time, but because the mind is unaware, and since all that you know is the past, all that you derive your identity from is the past, so who you are is dependent on the past. When you clearly see that the past does not serve you, that's when you begin taking steps towards becoming more present, being in the now. You do not have to depend on the past to be something. You are already existing, you are already existence itself. So you do not need to be this or that to have a separate existence from who you are right now. You are the life, you are present moment, you are the now, and you are inseparable from what is. As much as it is possible for you, do not use memory when there is no need for it. So Eckhart Tolle makes this vital distinction, that is clock time, practical use of the past, and psychological time, being trapped in the past. So you do not want to be trapped in the past, rather you just want to use time as much as it is needed for the practical aspects and purposes in the life situation. The fourth quote is, you can always cope with the present moment, but you cannot cope with something that is only a mind projection. You cannot cope with the future. So there is something that is happening right now. There is a present moment, and then there is thoughts that are arising in your awareness, and these are not really here. They are the dreams of the self. They are not really here. So whatever you think is the past is the future. So if you can only see the past as past, you do not have to get rid of it or do away with it. You just have to see that this is the past in me. You do just have to see that yes, I am thinking of a memory. I'm replaying a memory in my head right now, and that only happens in the present moment. You are always in the now, yet thinking of the past or the future that is not really here right now. So every problem, every kind of problem is just a mind projection. It is just the past and the future. There is no problem that can exist actually in the now. In the actuality of the now, there is no problem that can exist. So presence is the key. So we suffer only when we mentally replay the memories in our mind. We fear something that might happen in the future, and we regret something that had happened in the past. So only because of this past and future, that is psychological time that is not needed in our day-to-day purpose and practical living. So that is when you realize the futility, and the past is just not necessary to live a good life. When this realization happens, you find yourself free, truly free. So the fifth quote is also really important to understand because it makes another distinction between life and life situation. What is the difference between life and life situation? Let's see. What you refer to as your life should more accurately be called your life situation. Forget about your life situation for a while and pay attention to your life. What is the difference? Your life situation exists in time. Your life is now. Your life situation is mind stuff. Life is real. What he means by this distinction is life situation is just the circumstances that exist in time. It has the aspects of past and future. So, life situation consists of all the stories that you have weaved and made throughout your life, and that consists of your past and future. But your life is just the now, is the present moment that is purely untouched by the past or future. So, if you can touch the life, if you can see or perceive what this life is, what Eckhart Tolle really means here, he is taking our attention away from the past or future and directly placing it to the present moment, so that the layers of mind created suffering and the layers of mind created stories that is based on past and future is seen for what they are, for what it is really. They are not real in terms of the present moment, because the present moment is more real than anything else in the world, anything else that you can think of. So you are in the present moment always, and you cannot visit the past or touch the past. You just think about it. You just think about the past. So that past is just a memory trace that you replay in the mind. How to overcome or transcend this mind commentary is just this: to realize that you are not the mind. You are not this moving words that you see in your awareness. You need to be very still and very quiet within yourself to really grasp this, and um, understand these distinctions are really crucial in your journey, because life situation have problems, and it will always have problems. So you do not dwell on the past. That is the message. You choose to come in the present again and again, again and again, until it becomes your nature. So understand this profound wisdom that is freely available for you, and apply them in your day-to-day life. That will make your life such beautiful experience, and you won't ever look back again. The only step you need to take to transcend suffering, this mind created suffering, is to be present, to be completely utterly in the now, and see what is happening right now. There's nothing else that is present. It's just your thoughts and you. So do not let the thoughts um, overpower you, or do not believe in those thoughts that are not really yours. They are not yours, they are gathered from the society. So you do not think. Thoughts have overpowered you so much that they drive this body. So you have to be very careful when you walk the spiritual path, and see that whether you are present or where the thoughts are leading you. Thoughts is the only thing that you need to be aware of. That's all there is to spirituality and awareness, as well as mental well-being, overall well-being and health. So happiness starts when you see and understand that thoughts are not true, thoughts are not yours. So this is the beginning of freedom and the end of suffering forever.